Well, good morning, friends. How are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me virtually. It's going to be a little bit different today. As you're well aware of, this year's just been a little bit different. So we're going to be jumping back and forth between some screens and some videos. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. Who has ever been to the mall and you've been looking for your favorite store and you can't find it? So your parents take you to this big screen that shows you. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. You guys see something like this, right? Your parents see this big map and it helps them go find your toy store.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. So today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a direct instruction lesson. We are going to be focusing on the standards of finding absolute and relative location of places within the local community and region. We are also going to ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding of a text and referring explicitly to the text as the basis for the answers. Students will also be able to analyze and find the map using legends and symbols within 80% accuracy. Okay, so we just saw this. So we're going to actually be learning a little bit more about this today. We're going to be learning how to actually look at these legends over here, learn how to read those, be able to find our locations and things like that. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you guys to repeat after me for our I can statement. So we're going to say, I can read and understand and analyze a map, key, and legend. Okay, awesome. So what I want to do is I'm going to ask you guys some questions. I want you to give me the first answers that come to your mind. So who's ever heard of a map before? Jennifer, you have? And
I
what
have.
map is?
Ma'am.
What do you think a map is?
It's something to help you find something, because when I had a treasure hunt at daycare, they give us something so we could find the Easter eggs for Easter.
So they gave you a map. That's awesome. Do you guys know how to read a map though?
Kinda.
Kinda. All right. And so when we are reading a map, what do you think we use to read that map?
Pictures.
Pictures. Yep. Usually over to the side, like we had seen in our picture, there is a map, key, or legend that's going to tell you how to read that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a fun video that's going to introduce how to read a map. And once the video is over, we will see if we were on the right train of thought. So we're going to jump back over here. Can you guys still see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to jump up here and we're going to turn this video on, okay?
Skills.
Can you guys hear that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
What is a map? Well, a map is a drawing of a place from high above. Now, sometimes when you look at maps, you might see a whole bunch of little pictures on them. Do you see all the little pictures on there? What are those there for, I wonder? Well, those are actually symbols. A symbol is a picture that stands for or represents something else. Like, for example, these little pointy things that look like mounds of dirt, maybe. That's actually a symbol for mountains. And these little trees aren't a symbol for trees. They're a little picture to show forests. Well, this looks like a house, and guess what? It's a symbol for a group of houses. And then finally, I see looks like water, and that's actually a symbol for lakes. Now, when I look at this map and I see all those pictures, I might not be sure what those symbols are supposed to represent. There's a tool that we can use on the map that will tell us what the symbols represent. It's called a map key. A map key is just like a door key. It unlocks all the information on the map so you can read it. Our learning goal for today says, I can explain how to use a map key. Let's practice. So here's my map key. Sometimes it even says key above it. Now, I can see on my map key that it tells me all the little pictures and what they stand for. So go ahead and look at our map. Let's go down the key and read the different symbols and see if we can find them. Okay, friends, the first one is a mountain. Look on the map key. Can you touch on your screen where the mountains are located? Yeah, there they are. Right there. Perfect. There's 2 mountains. All right. The next one is forest. How many little symbols are there on our map for a forest? Yep. There's actually, oh, sorry, I went out of order. I'm looking at the lakes first. How many lakes do you see? Perfect, 2. Okay, now I think I'm going with, yeah, forest, which we already figured out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And then do I see all the houses? Yeah. Now, if I didn't know what all the symbols stood for, and I just looked at the map quickly, the next thing I would look for is that tool. I would look for the key so I could be able to read my map. When you look at the key, you want to look at the picture, and then right next to it, you want to look at the word that tells you what the symbol stands for. Now, there are other symbols that you'll see in a map, like this dot. Sometimes you see maps that have lots of dots. Dots actually stand for cities. And when you see a star on a map, that actually stands for a really important city, the capital city. Let's go ahead and look at this map of Florida. You can see right there the first dot. That really big dot stands for the city of Gainesville. It's kind of large because Gainesville is a pretty big city. And there's another city, and there's another city. Whoa, this is tons of cities. And actually, there's a lot more. These are just the big cities in Florida. I only see 1 star. The reason for that is because Tallahassee is the capital city. A capital city is where a whole bunch of really important things happen. It's where lots of the laws and things that are help to keep your state running smoothly and safe, that's where they're all made. Tallahassee gets a star because it's so important. Our learning goal for today says, I can explain how to use a map key. Now we know map keys unlock information on the map. It tells us what all the symbols on the map stand for. Next time you're reading a map, look for the map keys so you can actually read it and know what you're looking at. Hi friends, today's lesson is all about map skills. A key. What is a map?
All right, friends, what do you think of the video?
It was very informative.
Mm-hmm.
It was very informative. So we learned that the map key is like a door key, right? That it unlocks the map. So Jennifer, you brought up that you had your Easter egg hunt. So what would have been cool with that is, like, let's say you had your map and then it would have said this, it would have had a symbol key right to the side. And then maybe it would have had something along the lines of like garbage cans and park benches. And it would have been all over the map to kind of let you know where to go find those eggs. Might have made it a little bit easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would have gotten more eggs.
See, you would have gotten more eggs. So now that we've learned what a map is, and we've learned a little bit more about a map key, also known as symbols and legends and dots and all of that, we're going to actually go over to our vocabulary, and we are going to learn the actual definition of what a map legend, also can be called a key or a map key, is. So we're going to flip over here to our vocabulary. Can you guys still see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So vocabulary, a map legend or a key is used for displaying the meaning of symbols used to represent pictures, features on a map. Legends, also known as keys, consist of examples of the symbols on the map with explanations of what they mean. So like we had just talked about, you know, the red would mean off-road, the yellow would mean on-road, this would mean a stream if you're looking on a map, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is I actually drew out a map with a legend, but because we are virtual, I went ahead and plugged it in here for us today. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I drew this for us to kind of have a little bit of a hands-on activity together before you go off into your guided practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to work through this together. We're going to start with forest. We're going to work our way through. So you can see right up here that this is the legend. You can see the trees are for forest. These little humps right here, they're in purple. Those are actually mountain peaks. The red is the house, and then you've got a castle. That is awesome. So what we're going to do, we're going to start up at forest. We're going to work our way down through each of the symbols on our legend. And then after this, we will go to guided practice, and this activity is going to give you a little bit of preparation for that guided practice. So Carly, can you tell me how many forests you see in this map?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay. That is a great job. So we're going to put 5 right here. All right, Miss Jennifer, how many mountains do you see?
1, 2, 3. 3 mountains.
That is awesome. Look at these mysterious mountains over here. Okay. So houses, let's count the houses together. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is everybody on board with that? Did you find 8 houses as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Now for the big one. How many castles using our legend do we see on our map? How many castles can you guys find?
I'd find 2, 1 for me and 1 for Carly.
That is awesome. I'm glad to know that you would share one of your castles with Carly. You're a good friend. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a fun activity with your peers to work on building our map skills. Normally, we would break apart into groups, but because we're doing this virtually, Carly and Jennifer, I'm going to have you be partners today, which should work out great since Jennifer just gave you a castle, Carly. So I have sent the worksheet via Google Docs, so you can open and share that document. I'm going to pull it up right here as well. I want you guys to work together answering 1 through 5. Typically, I was going to put you in groups of 5. Each person would have got a different question, and then you guys would have been able to discuss it. But because there's just the 2 of you and it's an uneven amount of questions, just work together and kind of go through them together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you guys are finished, go ahead and raise your hands and let me know. And then I want us to go over guided practice together and what you guys actually found. So do you guys have that document up and ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and get started.
There are 1, 2, 3 picnic tables. Did you find 3 picnic tables?
I did. I found 3. And I found 1 swing. Did you find 1 swing, Carly?
Yep, just 1 swing. We draw a circle around the swing.
Mm-hmm.
Color the trash cans blue. 1, 2,
3. 3.
3 trash cans.
And we have to draw a triangle around stop signs, but there's only 1 stop sign, so we'll only have 1 triangle.
Yeah. How many slides are in the park?
I think there's 2, but you might want to make sure.
Yeah, I think there's 2 too. Okay, I think we're done.
Okay, are you guys all finished?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That fun or what?
Fun.
So by using your map key and seeing those symbols, did that help you guys a little bit more? Were you able to kind of comprehend that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome. So we're going to move on. I want to answer this together. So how many picnic tables did you guys decide are in the park?
3.
3, and you both agreed on that, and you guys look like you're correct. 1, 2, 3. So you were to draw a circle around the swings. How many circles do you have on your paper?
1.
1. Great job. Now, color the trash cans blue. So how many blue trash cans do you have on your paper?
3.
3. That is awesome. Now draw a triangle around the stop sign. How many stop signs do you see?
1.
1. Now, did you guys notice the stop sign, how it's in the middle of the bendy road? I thought that was kind of funny when I seen this worksheet. It's like drive, bend, stop, drive, bend, stop. Thought that was funny. So how many slides are in the park?
2.
2. Awesome. You guys did a great job. Okay, so now that you guys have done that and you guys seem to be on the right track with learning how to use symbols to read a map, key, and legend, we have learned so much about what a map, key, and legend is and what it means, and it's now time for you to do your independent activity. Again, with us being virtual, I have sent you this worksheet via Google Classroom. This is a lot like the worksheet that we did as a group in guided practice. I'll go ahead and open it right here. Remember to take your time. This is an independent assignment, which will be a little bit easier considering that you guys are actually separated in a home right now. So when you're finished, you're going to go ahead and raise your hand. Once you're finished, you can click submit. Typically, you would take that to the exit tray, and with us being virtual, we're not necessarily able to do that. So you're going to submit those to me virtually. So when you're finished, you're going to go ahead and click submit, then just raise your hand to let me know you've completed it, and then you'll sit quietly and wait for everyone else. So you guys have your reading a map worksheet pulled up?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Jennifer, do you have yours ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys go ahead and get started on your independent worksheet. Okay, Carla, you're finished?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and click submit for me and turn that in. And if you'll just sit patiently and wait a second for Jennifer to finish as well.
Okay.
I'm finished, Miss Dunn.
All right, Jennifer, go ahead and submit that as well. Now, can you guys still see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so typically independent activity, I'm still going to grade those individually to make sure that we're trying to reach that 80% accuracy for our objective today. However, I don't want to just leave you wondering if you got them right or wrong. So I thought we could even go over it together like we did with the guided practice. So we're just going to throw our answers out there. So we drew a circle around each city. How many cities did we have on our worksheet?
4.
4. Now, which symbol represented the city?
The black dot.
Yeah.
Big flat circle. Okay. Now we were to draw a circle around the baseball field. So what symbol is representing the baseball field in this legend?
The bat and the little ball.
The bat and the little ball. And how many baseball fields do we have on our map?
1.
1. Awesome job. Now we were to draw an X over the capital. What symbol reflects the capital in this map key?
The star.
The star. And how many stars are on the map, Carly?
Just 1.
Just 1. Great job. And number 4, color the parks green. That's a pretty color for parks. So how many parks do we have to color green?
4.
4. And what symbol is representing the parks in our map?
It looks like Christmas trees.
It does look like Christmas trees. And 5, color the university red. So how many universities are on this map?
Just one.
Just one big university, East Carolina University, are we right? Okay, and what symbol is representing the university?
It looks like a school building.
It does look like a school building. You guys are rock stars. So, based on what you guys gave me together, I have no doubt that you'll be scoring 80% on your guys' exit tickets. You guys did fantastic. So what I want to do now is you guys have done a great job. We've learned so much about how to read a map using a map legend. Who can tell me what a map legend is also called sometimes?
A map key.
A map key, that's right, Carly. And what are the markings on the side of the map that tells you how to read that legend, what you're looking for? What are those called? We just saw them. They were trees, they were baseball bats. Symbols, that's right. Okay. And who would like to tell me what a map legend is again? What is a map legend in your own words? Go ahead, Jennifer.
It is a map legend has pictures of things that you're supposed to find on the map.
That is right, by using the symbols, Carly. Is that correct? Did a great job. So just out of curiosity, where are some other places you think you could find these map legends? Where else do you think you could go that you'd be able to see a map legend and it kind of guide you and help you out?
Disney World.
Yep, I was thinking theme parks for sure. We already know malls, even Jennifer's Easter egg hunt. Obviously parks, really anywhere you go, you've got a legend and a symbol and a map to kind of guide you to where you need to go. Yes, Jennifer.
And if you're a pirate and you have a treasure map for treasure, they'll have them too if you're on a ship, right?
Yes, and I bet that the gold doubloons that you'd be looking for as a pirate would be represented with gold coin symbols. It's just what I would say. So you all have done a great job. I want you to think how you can use this skill next time you go out with your parents or friends. And I want you to blow your parents and your friends' mind when you're able to pick up that map and you can kind of guide them and tell them, oh, hey, look, Mom, here's the restaurant, or hey, Dad, here's the baseball field, and this symbol represents how to read it on this legend. So I want you guys to try and do that for me. So now kiss those sparkly brains for all the hard work you've done today. Awesome. And thank you guys for sticking in virtually with me.